Other questions?
Yeah, we got another one. Let me
Cool.
pull this one up. And I don't think you have gone through this one yet because it came in while we've been on the line here. And this is from Steve. And Steve is asking, many self-published books from solo consultants that I read have no illustrations or diagrams. While this may be a choice of the author, are there limitations or material additions cost time or effort to incorporate these items? I feel these items are a welcome change for the reader and convey valuable information. So, Dan, it looks like we're getting a lot of questions about illustrations and diagrams.
Yes, Steve, I think this is a great question, and there are a lot of people who are visual, and they need to see the information in a visual format. And so I think graphs and charts, I think those are excellent. In my book, Write Your Book in a Flash, I have a whole chapter on how to use charts, illustrations, graphs, cartoons, pictures, and whatever to break up a book. Because frankly, a wall of type is very off-putting, and you might be the poster child for that, which I am very pleased. As an example, if you have so much type, people just get bored. It looks daunting. If you can break up the type with cartoons or illustrations or graphs or charts, then the information becomes a lot more accessible, and the book has more air, it has more white space, it's friendlier, it just works a whole lot better. So yes, I strongly endorse the idea of having any kind of graphic that breaks up the text. Oh, I forgot one other important one, call-outs. These are quotes, little quote boxes or text boxes that have quotes in them, and the quotes are, say, a larger size type than the other font, and that also breaks up the text nicely. In fact, if you want to see a really good example, I can point to none other than my partner here, Adam Homey, and his book, because he uses lots of different font styles and call-outs and other ways to break up the copy. Adam, why don't you talk about that and tell people what the name of your book?
Okay, my book is called Groundhog Day is an Event, Not a Business Strategy. We launched it on Groundhog Day 2018. What Dan is referring to is this book, it does come out to about 200, and I'm looking at it right now, about 288 pages or something like that. But it's a little bit of a bigger typeset because I wanted this to be something that could be easily read. It also has a lot of subheaders and very short paragraphs and lots of bullet point lists. I wanted this to be the type of book that somebody who's taking a cross-country flight could read within the space of that flight and feel like they got something actionable out of. That was sort of the consumption avatar I was looking for. And I've had a number of folks who have done just that, who came back to me with their list of, hey, this is all the stuff that I picked up in your book while I read it on my flight last week, and this is what I'm doing. So it's having that effect. I was on an impossible deadline to get this done, so I didn't really have time to deal with Canva or Illustrator or anything like that, so I chose not to deal with illustrations and pictures. But what I did is I just used lots and lots of centered subheaders and breaks in the pages and bullet points, because I took it from a perspective of what's known as digital literacy. When you see websites today, you'll notice they have a lot of very short paragraphs, a lot of bullet point lists. They're very skimmable. I made every effort to make my book the same way.
Thank you very much, Adam. I think those are great ideas that everyone should think about, and Jeannie as well. I don't know if those tips are going to help your family want to read your book, but the material be a lot more approachable. Because I think one thing that the web has done to us, it has made us skimmers, and we skim lists and bullets. And I saw a statistic earlier this morning that said people spend 1 minute reading an article and then they're gone. So our attention spans are just shot to hell. I'm sorry. So we need to make it as easy as possible for them to consume our information so they get to know, like, and trust us, so they hire us.